What's up YouTube, JoshahOfAllTrades, and today I'm going to talk with y'all about the pilot, episode 1 for the new Amazon, possibly going to turn into a real series, Oasis. As usual, I'm going to speak very freely about the episode and the events in it, and while there's definitely a couple very pivotal events in the episode that I'm not going to talk about, I'm going to speak about other things, so if you haven't watched the episode yet, I really encourage you to go check this out because it is worth watching. I don't want anything that I say to spoil it, so if needed, pause the video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can easily find your way back. Go check out Oasis episode 1 and then come back and see what I had to say about it. Now that you've been warned, I'm going in on it. So as episode 1 of Oasis begins, we get this nice long shot on the main character whose name is Peter. And the closer you look, get a load of this. It's Robb Stark. That's right, Richard Madden plays the main character, and the show's all about him. I mean, we get some backstory on him. We really follow his character through the episode's events. And what can I say? If I have to come up with a single word for this show, it's going to be ambitious. Because we're following up on his last big success, Game of Thrones, of course, where he's a huge character. Everyone loved him. And he's transitioning into a new show. And it's not like they're just taking him, Richard out of Game of Thrones and putting him in this other show and trying to ride on that success. They're trying to pull a DJ Khaled, another one. They want another success. They're both hungry for it. And you can tell by the writing of the episode, the acting, it's all very good. And I'm someone of the opinion that sci-fi, especially as TV, can easily go wrong because all it takes is low budget. All it takes is bad acting. All it takes is bad CGI. And it ruins the entire experience. But I didn't get any of that out of Oasis. It was all very high quality, and I enjoyed watching it very much. Pivoting back to the actual plot of the show, though, it's about this character named Peter, and he had this old acquaintance named David, and David is the one that's affiliated with this whole big Oasis mission to start a human colony on another planet because the Earth is being destroyed, people are getting sick, there's poverty, there's all this bad stuff here, and they're trying to make like a perfect Oasis-type colony somewhere else. Now, Peter's actually a chaplain who recently lost his wife. We can tell that although he's continuing with life, he's not dwelling on it, he's still in ways is coping with that, and he's carrying it with him throughout the show. But Peter gets this message from David that for some reason he needs to head up there to Oasis, and so as things go, he does, and he ends up on the planet colony where, again, all this stuff is going wrong. You have all these characters that are engineers and physicists and chemists, and they're playing their role constructing this colony, really constructing the civilization, but things aren't going great for them either. They're running into land issues, and apparently this guy David was either losing his mind or maybe he knows something that we don't know, but he's disappeared as of the start of the episode. And so with Peter, we're going through this experience where we're trying to figure out what happened to him. And although it is pretty convenient, there is a series of clues that Peter is following that David left behind for him. And we could argue that it cheapens the story a little bit, but really, I didn't want this non-sequential thing that took a lot of thinking. I definitely see Peter going in this direction, and I'm right here going along with him. That's very nice about this show. Exiting episode 1, the biggest question that we have is that members of the crew on Oasis are beginning to have like these mirage type episodes where they think they're seeing things, and we really don't know, is it an environmental planetary thing? Is there something wrong with the people from the time they left Earth? Is it just one person's perspective, like just Peter's perspective that we're seeing from, and things are wrong with everyone? We really don't know what it is, and it's left it at a very cliffhanger-esque ending where I'm very interested to see what's happening next with the mirages and with the people on Oasis. Also thematically, Oasis had a lot going on. There were several big themes. First one being failure of technology. You know, people on this planet are putting their faith in the new technology and that's going on in Oasis, the new development. And that's kind of where we're at. Like, we're in this weird time period where we have all this stuff. We have technology, and we have technology like 3D printers and 3D TVs and stuff that we're aware of that we don't even use. And even the devices that we do have, like, we're spending time and we're getting frustrated, like syncing Bluetooth and sharing passwords and this and that, and like things aren't as cohesive as we want them to be. So the frustration with technology and the failure that it has as a main component of our lives is very much on display in Oasis. Second big theme is definitely religion or spirituality juxtaposed against technology. That science and religion are often thought to be mutually exclusive, and we can see what they're going to do with the show is like attempt to bridge the gap with this Peter character. And I don't know if you really buy into that or not, but when people are in a predicament, when things are going wrong, that's when they look to religion. And when people are facing death, that's when they look to religion. And all that's going on this Oasis colony. And so having a chaplain show up when this was supposed to be like a non-religious, non-moralistic experience, it's going to add an interesting dynamic to the interaction of the characters on Oasis. And the other big thing that I caught from Oasis is like there's a big sense of surveillance. Like there's drones, like actual octocopter drones flying around and filming people and watching what they're doing. And we don't know in the show if they're reporting back to the CEO of the Oasis colony, if they're reporting back to Earth, or if there's like some character we don't even know about yet that's controlling these things. But everyone feels like they're being watched. And hey, I mean, it's our imitating life. We're being watched all the time. And I don't know how they're going to frame this in the show, but it's going to be a little bit of a thinker message to us that, hey, we're being watched, and maybe we should change our actions, or maybe we should allow it, or maybe we should disallow it. They definitely have some point they're going to be making, and it will unravel as the show goes on. Going forward, though, there's a really picturesque scene where there's a woman doing some sort of like creative dance in front of like what they call it, I think, the Earth Room. It's like this big old hologram room. There's a big hologram wall, essentially like a big TV thing, and it just has these Earth images in the middle of the desert planet that they're on. And it was a really iconic scene. I think they set it up that wherever the show's going, like the next clue or the next like big piece of information that Peter and the characters are going to get is going to come from the hologram room, and it's probably going to be really cool to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me wrap this thing up. I enjoyed Oasis episode 1. I don't see any way that they cannot go forward and make the entire season of this, because episode 1 was well written. The visuals were awesome. We had Richard Madden. I'm sure there's some other characters. I'm not great with TV characters, but there's other faces I was familiar with. So we have star power. There's money behind it. I don't see how Amazon cannot produce the rest of these. And I'm just waiting for them to do it because it's going to be fun to watch. It's another Amazon original pilot that I'm getting a thumbs up to. And I'm looking forward to that show coming out. If you've been able to watch Oasis episode 1, go ahead and hit me with a comment below and let me know what you thought about it. That's all I got for today's review, so I will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.